Hi everybody, welcome to Sandy Treasures Inc. Today we're going to talk about what is it that inspired me to do this painting here, which I'm very proud of. And the next thing we're going to talk about is plastic pollution in the ocean. And the end part of the video is going to be about solutions for reducing the amount of plastic pollution in the ocean. Because believe it or not, we all have a part in it. You know, maybe we're not directly dumping it into the ocean, but we all have a part in it. So let's start with the painting. My interpretation of this painting is that she is the last living mermaid in the Dead Sea. And basically what I am doing here is I'm making her where she is a lot more solid here, and then she becomes invisible as the painting, vanishes on this lower part here. And that's my interpretation of everything vanishing in the ocean if we keep up with the plastic pollution that we have going on in the ocean, which is pretty bad. The other aspect of this are the sea anemones, which I always have a hard time saying sea anemones. What these organisms are very closely related to a jellyfish. They're predators and they live off of waste. So my interpretation of this is that they've attached themselves to her head and they are feeding off of her, and her head is actually becoming the waste that they need to feed off of. That's my interpretation as far as the painting goes. The other aspect of my interpretation when it comes to this painting is that since fish have declined in numbers, that this is the reason why I did all the clownfish ghosted. So they're not just whitish, but they're also translucent. And I'm giving you a close-up shot. Hopefully you like that. So they're translucent and they are disappearing. This represents a lot of fish that are declining in numbers, like let's say tuna. Tuna over the last couple of decades have declined so much, and I believe the number is over 70%. And I get this information either from National Geographic or from the Ocean Cleanup or from other environmental awareness groups. And all you have to do is a simple Google research and you can find this information yourself. So another aspect of this is the earring that I gave her, which is actually a dead fish. And my interpretation of this, although I did not find this exact fish bone, because I was looking for clownfish, like I was looking somewhere for a clownfish skeleton, and I did not see it in the internet. So I had to kind of like use another type of fish and make up, like go according to where I see the fins on the clownfish and just give that to the skeleton fish. So it looks like it belongs to the clownfish. And another aspect of this is her necklace, which the way I see it is her being a mermaid in the middle of the dead ocean, seeing nothing but plastic. She decided to take some of that plastic, like the plastic straws, and she cut it into little pieces and she embellished it with her little bottle cap. So she also detangled some fishing line in order to string this together. And the reason the bubbles are not very like a bubbly happy color is because since the ocean is dead, I'm thinking that things are a little dungy, they're a little grim, and therefore I wanted to make the bubbles look a little on the dirty side or come in from a dirty ocean. So it's just my interpretation of what this painting is, right? And last but not least, I wanted to do the six-pack holder, which is the cause of a lot of issues, and I know a lot of people cut their six-pack holders before they throw it in the recycling bin, which is a very good thing to do because sometimes they end up in the ocean and or in a landfill, and sometimes a smaller creature can get trapped in it. Like let's say in the ocean, I've seen pictures of sea turtles that all of a sudden they get caught in it and then they grow and now they have a waist. Okay, that's like the strangest thing to see, a turtle with a waist, because one of these bands got caught on their waistline and they grew, and that's what happened. And the last thing that I have here is my interpretation of three fish. And the reason I'm doing three fish is because this represents the mind, the body, and the spirit, which is the composition of what I believe to be true of who we really are. The mind, the body, and the spirit. So what I'm asking here in general with my painting is let's be a little bit more conscious. Okay, let's wake up a little bit more and let's help our environment. And this is the part that I want to talk about: the environment, the ocean and the pollution, the plastic legacy that we're leaving in our oceans, and how devastating this can be for our future, because our ocean creates oxygen for us. It creates food, plant food, and protein, and like fish and seaweed. And all of these things can actually die. As a matter of fact, we have the power to kill our ocean. Okay, if we continue to do this, what I'm hearing from different environmental awareness groups is that in 10 years, okay, this is 2025, in approximately 10 years, if we continue to pollute our oceans this way, that we can potentially kill our ocean. We can potentially just kill our coral, kill all the sea life. There's a lot at stake here. So what I'm saying is, maybe we all need to be more aware and think about how much plastic usage we have in our own home. And there's a few things that we can do a little different. Like one of the things that we don't think about too much is our clothes. When you are wearing synthetic clothes, what is that made of? That is made out of plastic. So all these polyesters and rayons and the stretchy lycra, all of those fibers are made out of petro. And this takes forever to decompose. And if you look at pictures of, like, let's say the garment district of Bangladesh, you will probably get the visual of how bad the pollution with these leftover from making these garments is really getting. Okay, and they throw it directly into a river, and these rivers go into the ocean. Another big contribution to the pollution in the ocean are single-use plastics. According to many environmental awareness groups, these can contribute up to 49% of the ocean's pollution. So we're talking about forks, knives, spoons, plastic containers, plastic cups, to-go containers, soda bottles, and water bottles. Those are big. And out of those items, if you look it up, if you do like a little research, you will find that plastic bottles can last, or there's an estimate that they can last in between 450 years to 1,000 years. So if we already have X amount of plastic bottles in the ocean, and we keep adding, okay, whatever is in the ocean right now is actually going to dictate the health of our ocean for the future. So we can't be adding any more plastic into our ocean, because this is a life source that we're messing with. So if we all get on board and start using other things, this is the solution part that I wanted to talk about. Okay, the solution part is, let's switch to biodegradable plastics, because that is already out there in the market. So biodegradable plastics that are being made out of everything from cornstarch, soybeans. My favorites are the ones that are edible, like the seaweed. Okay, that's a good one. But we're also making it from hemp, and the amount of hemp versus the amount of wood, and how fast hemp grows, also bamboo, okay, how fast bamboo and hemp grows compared to wood, and it's biodegradable, it's easy to manage, it doesn't require as many years and as much water as most wood requires. So this is a very good natural resource, biodegradable, that we can start paying attention to when we actually are in the market to buy single-use plastic ware or plastic bags or stuff like that. If we pay more attention to it, and maybe we can also start using more of the reusable plastics, when we go to the market. Or if like when I go to a market, I see a box that is empty because it carried a certain item and it's right there on the shelf and it's empty, I'll go ahead and grab that and I'll put my items there. And then when I come home, I use that box also for a container for my trash, let's say in my studio. So I try to use it a few times before it goes into a recycling bin, because that's another thing. We are only recycling about 10% of plastic or anything that as far as trash and plastic goes. So it's only about 10%. So even if you think you're doing a great job by recycling your plastic, more than likely the sad story, like if you really follow it all the way to the end, the sad aspect or the sad part of this is that we're not recycling 90% of the plastic. So I just want to put this in everybody's minds, especially for those non-believers of the ocean being polluted. If you are a scuba diver, you can probably tell the difference, especially if you've been doing this for many years. You can probably tell the difference from what it was 20 years ago and what it is now. So we need to protect our resources. It's a big deal. And this is what inspires me to do my environmental awareness art. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys like it and subscribe. This is the way you can, without your money, you can actually help a YouTuber advance in this YouTube world. So I am asking you to help me out by subscribing, liking, and hitting that notification bell. And also just want to let you know that I do provide some links with my Amazon affiliate marketing. And these are links of products that I use either for painting or that I believe in or that I've already been getting. You know, like there's a link in there for shoes. Oh, I gotta show it. Okay, so I had to go get the shoes to show you. I couldn't believe that I almost forgot about it. So these are biodegradable shoes, and I do have it listed on my Amazon affiliate links. I encourage you guys to get it if you are in the market to getting a shoe like this. I think that they're comfortable, and I love that they're not going to be forever in our landfills or in our oceans or wherever they get discarded, okay? So I love that fact, and you should check it out if you're in the market. Anyway, just want to thank you so much for watching, and next time my video is going to be a little bit more about completing the children's book that I already did the story. I already have a couple of pictures ready for it, but I need to have a couple more paintings, so I'm going to be working on that, and you're going to see that on the next video. So for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.